Loneliness is not emptiness, it is preparation for identity. We often mistake the silence in our lives as rejection, when in reality, it may be divine separation. A woman with no friends is not always a woman who is broken. Sometimes she is simply in a season of becoming. Her circle has been cleared, not to curse her, but to cultivate her. Because when you are surrounded by noise, it is hard to hear your name. When you are surrounded by applause, it's hard to distinguish your own voice. And when you're always included, you may never be truly discovered. There are seasons when a woman must walk alone, not because she is unwanted, but because she is being made. The absence of friends does not mean the absence of value. In fact, some of the most powerful women were first isolated before they were celebrated. We love to quote their triumphs, but forget their silence. We admire their courage, but overlook their loneliness. Loneliness is not punishment, it is positioning. You are not being abandoned, you are being aligned. The world teaches women that connection equals validation, that your worth is confirmed by who surrounds you. But that is a dangerous lie. If your identity is rooted in others, then their absence will collapse your foundation. But if your identity is rooted in your Creator, then even in isolation, you are full. Even in the silence, you are secure. A woman who knows who she is does not panic when others walk away. She understands that subtraction can be sacred, that sometimes heaven has to remove distractions before it reveals direction. Loneliness is not an indicator that something is wrong with you. Sometimes it is a sign that something is being built in you. You are not unloved, you are being unlayered. The noise is being turned down so the truth can rise up. Because if you cannot stand with yourself, you will never stand strong with others. Your power does not come from popularity. It comes from purpose, and sometimes purpose demands that you pass through the wilderness before you step into the promise. There are moments when friends cannot follow you, not because they are bad, but because they are not assigned to your next level. Not every friendship is permanent, some were only meant for a season. And if you try to drag seasonal people into a lifetime calling, you will delay your own development. A woman with no friend is not a woman without a future. She may in fact be closer to it than ever before, because in that sacred place of solitude, clarity is born. In that place of stillness, calling is refined. You must stop seeing aloneness as a curse. Start seeing it as a classroom. This is where your confidence is built, not in being surrounded, but in standing alone. This is where you learn to encourage yourself, to pray for yourself, to speak life over yourself, and to be okay when no one checks on you. It is in this sacred space where self-respect is cultivated, where self-worth is reclaimed, and where peace becomes a personal decision, not a public reward. Loneliness can reveal who truly matters, not just in your life, but within you. It forces you to look at yourself and ask, if no one claps, will I still rise? If no one calls, will I still speak with authority? If no one walks with me, will I still walk like I'm assigned? These are not easy questions, but they are necessary. Because a woman with no friend is often the woman with no distraction. And in a distracted world, that is not a weakness, that is a gift. You were not created to live by external affirmation. You were created to operate from internal revelation. Friends are beautiful, but they are not your source. They are not your identity. They are not your anchor. You are not less valuable because they left. You are not incomplete because you're alone. You are whole, even when your phone is silent. You are chosen, even when no one texts back. You are seen, even when you're not invited. Because the absence of people does not mean the absence of purpose. So the next time you find yourself in a room by yourself, don't rush to fill the space. Sit in it, breathe in it, grow in it. Because you are not empty, you are evolving. You are not friendless, you are focused. And when the time is right, the right people will enter, not to fix you, not to fill you, but to walk with a woman who finally understands that loneliness was never her enemy. It was you must learn to be your own friend before expecting others to understand your worth. There is a difference between being liked and being valued. A woman who does not value herself will always seek in others what she refuses to give herself. You cannot expect loyalty from people when you betray yourself in silence. You cannot expect support from the world if you do not support your own soul. Friendship begins within. It starts with how you speak to yourself, how you see yourself, how you sit with your own thoughts when no one is watching. Many women rush to fill their loneliness with company, but not every companion brings peace. Sometimes the presence of others only drowns the absence of your own identity. When you do not know who you are, you'll settle for who others allow you to be. You'll wear masks, shrink in rooms, laugh at things that offend your soul, just to stay included. But inclusion that costs your integrity is not friendship, it is bondage. To be your own friend means to be honest with yourself, to love yourself enough to walk away from what dishonors you, even if it means walking alone.
The greatest friendship you'll ever have is with your future. You are either building a relationship with the woman you are becoming or betraying her daily. Do you speak to yourself like someone you respect, or do you curse your reflection with quiet criticism? You teach others how to treat you by how you treat yourself. If you constantly belittle your own voice, don't be surprised when others ignore it. If you abandon your own dreams, don't be surprised when others don't believe in them. You must be the first to invest in your worth.